Wales a really warm round of applause. Okay, to start you off with, we're going to do a game that involves them punning, making puns. So can we line up please for a 168? So, ladies and gentlemen, we need an occupation for these guys. That's it, come forward before. That's it.
A gardener.
Okay, thanks, Sue. We need a gardener, right? A gardener is a suggestion. Basically, this is no matter how good or how bad these puns are, you're going to give them a huge clap and a whoop and a round of applause at the end of their joke, all right? The joke is 168 gardeners walk into a bar and the barman says, sorry, you've just missed last orders. And the gardeners say, bang, whatever the punchline is, okay? So this is all about celebrating the spontaneous. Let's have 168 gardeners, please.
168 gardeners walk into a bar and the barman says, sorry guys, you've missed last orders, and the gardeners say, oh, leaf it out.
Yay!
168 gardeners go into the bar. The bartender says, sorry mate, you've missed last orders. They go, well, that's a bit of a thorny issue.
168 gardeners walk into the pub and the bartender says, sorry mate, you missed last order. And the gardener say, well, that's why your business aren't growing.
Yay!
168 gardeners walk into the bar and the barman says, sorry, you've missed last orders. And the gardeners say, off with their heads.
Yay!
168 gardeners walk into a bar and the barman says, sorry, missed last orders. And the gardener says, well, the sheer audacity.
168 gardeners go into a bar. The barman says, sorry, you've missed last orders. The gardener said, well, go and fork off.
168 gardeners walk into a bar and the barman says, sorry mate, you've just missed last orders. He says, well, that just doesn't really cut it, does it?
Yay! That was so good! Let's give them another just to prove that they are making stuff up, I heard doctors, yes?
Yeah, doctors.
Okay, 168 doctors walk into a bar.
168 doctors walk into the bar. The barman said, sorry mate, you missed last orders. The doctors reply, can you not just have a little bit of patience?
Yeah!
168 doctors walk into the pub and the bartender say, sorry mate, you missed last order. And the doctor said, well, that's a hot pill to swallow.
Yeah!
168 doctors walk into the bar. The barman said, sorry, you missed last orders. And the doctor said, well, I lost my life.
Yeah!
168 doctors walk into a bar and the barman said, sorry guys, you missed last orders. And the doctor said, we only came in to stethoscope the place.
Yeah!
168 doctors walk into the bar. The barman says, I'm so sorry you've missed last orders. And the doctors say, don't worry, we have a prescription for it.
Yeah!
168 doctors walk into a bar and the barman says, I'm sorry, you've missed last orders. And the doctors all say, oh, we were really hoping to sit here and nurse our pints.
Yay! Give it up, please, for the first game! Okay, that was tremendous. The next game we're going to play is called Poetry Corner. Now, I'm sure while they set up, I'm sure you can cast your mind back to when you were last listening to a late night Radio 4 arts programme where the poet was being interviewed by the interviewer about their new poetic anthology. So this is what we have here. We have a poem, a poet, we have an interviewer, and we have three readers. If you just take a step forward into the light, beautiful. And our readers are going to read excerpts from the poetry. What we need is a topic, please, for Vince is the poet, right? Vince has just written this anthology. What is the subject matter?
Brisket.
Brisket? Like, I know what brisket is, but for anyone else that doesn't know, could you just say what that is?
It's a smoked meat.
A smoked
Yeah,
It's a
smoked beef.
It's a bad cut of beef.
It's a bad cut of beef, smoked. Okay. All right. Well, good luck. You've just written an anthology about brisket, smoked meat. Take it away.
Welcome to Poetry Corner, and thank you for your company this evening. So tonight we've got esteemed poet Luke Piddlebottom to talk to us about his new anthology about brisket.
Thank you very much, Mr. Terwinkle. I would just like to preface that brisket is one of my favorite things, and to start off with my first poem, I'm going to call it Smoke Brisket.
Wow, take it away.
Smoke.
Smoke.
Smoke. Brisket.
It
Is
Beautiful.
moist
Warm.
and
delicious.
Ooh.
Wow. It's just amazing how sensuous and even sexual, dare I say, you've made a cut of beef.
What can I say? Smoked brisket is so moist that I just can't go for more seconds, you know. It's so good.
Glad to hear it. Okay, shall we move swiftly on to our second brisket poem called Bad Beef.
Once
I
had some
bad
Bad.
bad
beef.
It.
was
Stinky.
Smelly.
disgusting.
So
I.
Didn't
eat
Much.
Again. It's really sort of dampened my appetite actually, you know, but I just love what you bring to brisket.
Yeah, I was trying different cuts of meat, so I tried the butt of the cow, and it was very stinky. So it's like I would not recommend it at all.
Wow, okay, thank you for that. So can we swiftly move on to your third poem?
Oh yeah, so my third poem is called Wagon Hall's Brisket.
Well, okay, Wagon Hall's brisket, wherever that is, take it away.
Barbecue
and
Smoke.
are
part
Of.
the
wagon hole.
Brisket.
didn't
You
No.
because
it
Is.
amazing.
and
Muy.
Ooey.
gooey.
Delicious.
Wow, so that we really went out on a high there. In my estimation, maybe you could have beefed some of your poetry up. But, thank you for coming in to see us tonight, and join us all next week for Poetry Corner.
I hope you've all learned something about beef brisket there. Well done. Okay, for our next game, we're going to have Cody and Zav, who are going to play a scene called New Choice. So they're going to be in a scene, and if I want them to change the very last thing that they've said or done, I'm going to shout New Choice, and I can pretty much New Choice anything they do or say and make them choose a different option. So for this game, can I have a place of work, please, that demands physical activity?
Legoland.
Legoland. Okay, just to be specific, you are Legoland testers, so you're currently in the middle of building whatever Lego, okay? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You're practical, you're doing things. You're skilled, you're high end. Take it away. New physical choice, Cody.
Slow down. Be precise.
There we go.
I like it, you know. I think a Lego Master Builder might be in the future for me. I think under your training, this is it.
Listen.
New reaction, Zav.
It's just been a week and
And you already learned more than I could never taught you.
I know, I feel like now that I put the Lego on top of each other rather than stud to stud,
New choice.
rather than just ramming them together like
New
that,
choice.
rather than kicking them, it's more precise. And actually, you can, I don't know if you know this, make them look like things. Like, look, this looks like
A proper building,
New choice.
a proper dinosaur,
New choice.
a proper castle.
yeah, it looks like a castle if you like squint and
New
like.
choice.
It looks like a castle if you just close your eyes. And imagine.
New song choice.
Part of under the sea.
New physical choice.
Under the sea.
So I was thinking actually, now I've been here a week, I might just go straight to the top. I might go and to become the Lego Master Builder.
Oh, you mean the second?
New choice.
You ain't gonna pass me. I taught you. You went from hey-ya, kicking the Legos. From now you're using your hands and even your mouth. So I will forever be the top one.
Lego baseball bat.
New physical choice.
Lego pokey stick.
Guess what? Lego shield. How you like it, huh? Ain't gonna win it.
Lego barracks. I think that's the word. Something that you hide behind.
Oh, you know what? Lego missile launcher.
That was tremendous fun. I hope you've learned a little bit about what happens in Legoland now. All right, next we have a really fun game called Estate Agent. Now, some of you wrote down some really awesome things earlier. I don't know who I'm giving them to. So this game involves an estate agent that is showing round potential buyers into a property, a property, yeah. There are unexpected things in this house property which you have provided. Okay, so can I just ask what sort of property is the couple looking round to buy? It could be any sort of a farm. Okay, brilliant. So you guys are looking to buy a farm. Vince, the estate agent, is going to show you round, and there are unexpected things to be found.
Ding dong. Hi there.
Hi, my
Joe
name is
Smith.
Terry Winklebottom. Nice to meet you.
Terry. Hi there, Terry. I'm Tom.
Hi, Tom. How are you doing, Tom? Anyways, you are here for the farm viewing for the house?
Yeah, I've been really interested in raising alpacas now. So it's been a childhood dream. So
Amazing, amazing. So if you could just like come in through here, we have the living room. We have in here we have a lot of haze, and more haze in there. To
yeah,
very comfy chair, very comfy table. You know.
What about David Hasselhoff? I'm sure your advertisement said you had David Hasselhoff amongst the hay.
Oh, the Hoff. Yeah, the Hoff will be there to like safeguard you. You know, like the Baywatch kind of thing. So he'll be there running in slow motion, trying to save you from chicken poop to like eggs or mud, essentially.
I shook my hand. I did quite precisely mention that I wanted an alpaca farm, and I'm a bit concerned at the 5 llamas that I can see over there. Very distinctly not alpacas. Can you fix that for me?
The 5 llamas.
Yeah. This was for alpacas.
Oh, yeah.
Never
So
twain shall meet.
that is the thing here. The 5 llamas represent a 1 alpaca. So if you combine them throughout, you know, there'll be the llama head there, alpaca bottom there, and they're gonna combine.
I mean, we
essentially
are
one
quite
big
new to the
alpaca.
business, so actually it will give us a bit of practice if things go wrong.
Amazing, amazing. So if we can move through here through the kitchen here. Watch out. Here we have the kitchen.
Ooh.
Here we have
Very
an
nice.
assortment of appliances, and in the middle we have a 6 stove countertop to go around in the middle. So just like
Cook all of our lovely food products. Like it.
My PE teacher is in the fridge.
Right, so your PE teacher specifically asked to be here because he wants to support you.
Look, the doctor's told you need to get your mileage up, so it's going to be a good thing.
Personal training thrown in there.
Exactly, exactly. He's gonna be staying in the fridge there because he's really cool.
Can you open a few of the windows? That's zombie over there that's going off a bit. It's really not a good smell for the kitchen.
Oh, so the zombie is actually there to fertilize the hay in the living room. The zombie is actually a fertilization to grow crops and maybe grow mini zombies in the living
I
room.
just sat in zombie shit.
Not necessarily, but it's there. It's got some brain matter.
Okay, I can work with that. I can work with growth. We're all here for farming.
Amazing
Farming
stuff.
life is farming.
Amazing stuff. So now if we could move upstairs.
Sorry, before we go,
Oh, sure.
I mean, I know having flowing water in a kitchen is really important, but a river is a little bit of an unusual feature.
Yeah, so this is the River Nile.
I mean, a bit of denial.
Patsy! Set us off down the punning route now. We can't stop punning. That was tremendous, really, really fun. Who wants to live there on that very farm? Can we please? Let's have our next game up. This is a game called Pillars. Cody, Vince, Julie, and Zav. Now, sometimes in improvisation, your brain has a little brain fart and you don't know what to say. Well, luckily, in this game, there are two pillars of inspiration. Should the actors need a word to help them along, they're going to be tapped on the shoulder. They're going to give the word to the actors, and the actors will use that word in the scene. Yes. Oh, yes. I need, please, a family event.
Wedding.
A wedding. Amazing. Yes, go wider a bit. There you go. And then you guys can come forward. Fabulous. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen, at a wedding.
That's my ex. She's leaving me for that handsome.
Janitor?
For that handsome janitor from work. Jennifer, can you believe it?
I'll be honest, Michael, yes, I can believe it. Although he's a janitor, he does have a pretty impressive shoe. Just one shoe, mind you. One really impressive shoe and then one croc.
That is amazing. I've always wanted a croc, you know. Ever since I was a child, my mother used to say,
I love you, son.
she said, I love you, son. But I never wanted her love. I wanted crocs.
It's really important that you realise that it's just one croc, actually, not two crocs. I'm sorry.
This thing's getting worse and worse.
I feel like where it all went wrong with the two of you was that time you stole her mouse. You stole her mouse. And it was really difficult for her to do her work because for some reason she uses a desktop computer. She's stuck in the past. As is evident by the way she always wears shelves. Just wears shelves. And that's practical in a woman. And actually, I think a janitor and a woman who wears shelves were made for each other.
Well, I'm just gonna shelve that thought right now, but she belongs to me. Me alone, you know that, Jennifer. We've been here through and through, and you know, for the past few days I have been thinking I want to
Marry someone else.
marry someone else. Because I want to move on to her. Because, you know.
Mike, what I do want to say is this is quite unsettling when the priest is there ready to do our wedding. I'm really sorry that you're having doubts. I was quite looking forward.
Cold feet.
I think it's past cold feet. I'd say that you're probably experiencing a bit of hummus. A little bit of hummus. And you are very allergic to hummus. And as we know, hummus makes your brain do a 360, and maybe that's actually not what you want. Are we still doing this?
Yes, definitely. I love you for this. And it reminds me that time together that we went to
The beach.
the beach. The beach.
And when we were at the beach, and I wore those Crocs for you, and it wasn't enough. And I think it's just because I'm lacking in ice cream because I'm lactose intolerant. I know, and I feel like I should be enough for you.
But we have ice cream ordered for the reception. What are we gonna do with a shit ton of
Ice cream.
ice cream?
So the catering isn't really the biggest problem for me right now. The problem is that all of our friends and family are gathered to see us get married, and
Oh, shit, yeah, I forgot
and
about
I think they can hear us because these aren't flowers. This is a microphone. We can still party because obviously in the after party of the sham marriage, we do have lots of sorbet, which is great because I, as we know, I'm lactose intolerant.
That was great. That is a wedding that I would like to have been at, where they're debating at the altar whether to get married. Okay. Oh gosh. Yes. Blooper from the host. The next game is called Actor's Nightmare. I'm just going to get a play script, which I forgot to bring on stage. 1 second.
How's everybody doing? Have a good night.
I didn't expect to see quite as many of you, as you can tell.
Lovely weather we're having today.
Lucky.
No offense.
So did you
Do
see
we
that
have
one?
to say
No.
There we go. Apologies, folks. This is a game called Actor's Nightmare. One of our actors is using a play script. Which hand, folks, ladies and gents, left or right?
Left.
This one. So one of our actors is using a play text called We Are Three Sisters by Blake Morrison. And is that Eileen? That's going to be you.
Yes, thank you.
Cody is not on script. She has no idea what their next line is. She has to cope with not knowing the script or story. So can I have... this is a scene set in the CEO's office of which corporation? The BBC. Okay? BBC CEO. And they've called Cody in because Cody's got a performance review meeting over her job, right? So you're in with the big boss. She's questioning you about whether to give you a raise. Take it away.
Okay. Someone ought to have written that down.
Sarah, can you write that down? Done. So I've been here 6 months now, and I think I'm doing pretty good.
There is so much new research, it's hard to keep up.
That's not actually my job, unfortunately. I'm just the cleaner. I use new cleaning products, but they're all pretty much the same.
I sometimes think I should retrain and do something else.
You could, but I feel like the CEO of BBC BTW is pretty impressive. What would you train to be?
The wind never stops blowing.
I'm really sorry, I'm lactose intolerant. Help! Well, that's okay. So, do I have a future at this company? I'd really like to work my way up.
It's a splendid place, so much to see.
Oh, I've seen, and I've signed some NDAs. So I'm just wondering, what's the next logical step after cleaner at the BBC?
You're still up? I was looking for a glass of water.
Okay. I don't know if that's a sidestep or a promotion, but I'll take it. Thank you.
It's awful. They've turned you down.
So I'm not going to be a water getterer at the BBC. What will I tell my mum? She's going to be so disappointed. This has been my dream for 5 years.
I just have.
and I just haven't, apparently. I mean, I guess, is there a job going on Radio 1? I feel like they're always looking for new talent.
How do you know all of this?
I read the files when I clean, yeah. it's mainly reading confidential information.
When you feel passion, you have no choice.
And I did feel passionate about the water situation, but you've turned me down, so now I'm going to have to replace Nick Grimshaw.
I wish I had your confidence.
I wish I had some confidence. But it's okay, you'll make it one day. Aim high.
It must be good news.
Well, it didn't feel like good news, I'm not going to lie to you.
Too true.
Too true. So if you're thinking of retraining, is your job available? Asking for a friend.
I've said it all already.
So no.
Bad scene! Actors, that is probably one of the worst actors' nightmares. Is to you're in a dream and you don't know, the nightmare is that you walk on stage and you don't know what play you're in, as that game suggests. Well done. So let's have I think we're gonna have a little game called Blind Date. So you all remember hopefully the Blind Date game from the TV. We have 3 contestants. We have 1 person looking for a date and we have 1 TV host. Now, who is the contestant? Vince? Okay, go on out, Vince.
You're gonna have to go that way, love.
Into the basement. This is how this game works in Improv world. Katie is our host and we have 3 contestants that Vince is going to come back in and ask questions to. However, Cody is the personification of an object. So can we have an everyday household object, please?
A Hoover.
A Hoover. So Cody's going to answer all the questions, trying to hint to Vince that she's a Hoover. Naomi is an animal. So the personification of an animal.
Giraffe.
A giraffe. So all her answers will point in that direction. And Julie is a celebrity. We're talking world-class, world-famous.
William Shakespeare.
Okay. William Shakespeare. She's going to answer as best she can, implying that that's who she is. And Vince is going to try and guess all 3 contestants and ask questions. And Casey's just going to get him. Do you all remember the theme tune? And a nice big round of applause.
So, Peter, fantastic to have you here tonight. You have got some absolute crackers laid up for you there. So, tell the audience a little bit about what you're looking for.
So I'm looking to replace my mother.
Do you know what? We're going to ask. Let's get to the questions. So, to help you find out who you're going to take away tonight, you've got 3 questions produced for our lovely guests.
I do. So for my first question is, what sort of genre of music do you like to listen? Because I like to listen to a lot of lullabies.
Ooh, lovely. So Peter over here likes our lullabies. Contestant number 1. How would you soothe our Peter with your favourite music?
Oh, Peter, I like something with like a low drone, like something, but like a dirty bass line.
Ooh, a nice little dirty bass line to start from. Very nice. And contestant number 2, what genre of music will be using to soothe our Peter?
I mean, it might be a bit of a tall order for you, but I really like, like Afrobeats and a bit of reggaeton, like anything from, far, far away.
Excellent. Nice little jungle vibe going on there. And contestant number 3, what music would you like to listen to with our Peter here?
Oh, something that I could merrily sort of hop to, maybe shake my bowels, fussy.
Excellent, Peter. So, dirty bass line, with bells?
Love with bells.
Of course,
Rings my bells.
all sounds very soothing for you. So, Peter, what have you got for our second question to help you make your decisions tonight?
So I really like my mum's spaghetti. So my second question is, what sort of food would you like have it made for our first date?
Excellent. And let's start with contestant number 2 here. Contestant number 2, what would you be cooking for Peter tonight?
Well, you wouldn't believe it, but I'm actually an omnivore. So, like, I mean, anything vegan would do. That would be great.
Believe it or not, she's ready to feed you with a nice leafy treat. Contestant number 3.
Ooh, on a good day, a nice sort of spit, a boar on a spit. Some of the accompaniments, they need to be preserved a bit because I am quite old. But it'd be a merry, merry banquet.
This does happen over the And contestant number 1, what are you like to prepare for our Peter today?
Yeah, Peter, I maybe like some food that's like vacuum packed, or maybe just like some general crumbs.
So, question number 3, it's now down to the final moment. Where can we go with this?
Oh, my favorite place is inside the closet, but for our first date, what would you guys take me for our first date?
So, when you take Peter out of the closet, where would you be taking him to?
I'd have to dress him in a Douglas hose. And then, you know, I might take him for a tour of a thatched cottage or maybe a round theatre.
Right the way round the globe. Contestant number 1, where would you like to take our Peter this evening?
I'm so sorry. Sorry, I've got work on my mind.
You're always busy, let's be honest.
Amen. Just somewhere that sucks. I just love a good place that sucks, and it sounds like you do too, Peter. So.
And our final question, our final answer tonight. Contestant number 2, where will you be taking our Peter on his first trip out of the closet?
Well, they do say that opposites attract. I'm actually a fan of really wide open spaces where I can tower over everyone. So, like, I think we'd be a perfect match.
Now, Peter, this looks like it's going to be an incredibly challenging decision. So let's just see if we give you a nice quick recap of our 3 contestants this evening. Is it going to be contestant number 1? She wants to make sure she can suck up every last crumb as she prepares to look after you in place of your mother. Is it going to be our contestant number 2? Believe it or not, she is prepared to tower on over, lovingly support you down to the beats of the African drums. Is it going to be contestant number 3? Looking exceptionally well for their centuries of age. Ready to sit there and really indulge in a nice meaty feast. Who knows what they'll do in their 12th night with you? Peter, could you first tell us, who are you not taking with you this evening on our date?
It's a bit of a tall order, but I'm not going to take the giraffe.
Yeah!
Sad times, contestant number 2. Secondly, who is all run up and not getting the pleasure of a date with you tonight?
I'm going to have to say no to Marilyn Manson.
I think 500.
What? Too much?
Think the Globe Theatre. Macbeth.
Oh, say Shakespeare?
So, who is going to replace your mother this evening?
Oh, my mother sucks, so I'll get the vacuum for me.
Okay, well done. Okay, for our last game, guys, we are going to play a game called Lines.
We've got shift left.
For our penultimate game, we've got a game called Shift Left. How cool is that? This is where we see a series of scenes, and occasionally they're going to shift left, and then you'll see the next scene. Let me just give you a suggestion. So for Eileen and Naomi are in a scene together. Can I get a piece of advice that your grandmother would have given you?
Marry well.
Marry well is an excellent piece of advice. That's the first thing you're going to say in your scene with Naomi. Marry well. Shift left. So then we rotate and we see a different scene with Naomi and Zav. Can I have an everyday household object, please?
Spatula.
Okay, a spatula. That old improv classic. If we weren't to have a spatula, what might we have instead?
Tumble dryer.
A tumble dryer. Okay, I'm going to take that. A tumble dryer is the thing that's going to inspire this scene. Shift left. For Zav, she needs a tagline from an advert.
Just do it.
It wasn't mine, Mel. Just do it is the first thing you're going to say, Zav, in your scene with Naomi, and then with Julie, and then shift left. Julie, you need a location, a small location, please.
Asda.
Okay, so whereabouts in Asda? The Asda.
Fishmonger bit.
Yeah.
In the fishmonger counter. You're at the fishmonger counter at the Asda. Shift left. Great. Recap, please. Eileen, you are?
Marry well.
Okay, that's Naomi.
Tumble dryer.
Zav.
Just do it.
Julie.
Fishmonger Isle at the Asda.
Okay, good. They're the inspirations for each of those scenes. Let's see what happens. Action.
So, I know you told me to marry well, but what does that actually mean?
Just marry anyone, really. Yeah.
So I was expecting a little bit more philosophical there, or
I just really like you to get married. I just really wish you'd hurry up.
Well, you know what? I'm only just 16.
Yeah. That's when me and your father got married.
Shift left.
I don't think it's supposed to have been on for this long. It's like shaking quite a lot.
Oh. It's just something that shakes that belongs to me.
You don't want to know, sweetheart.
Shift left.
Just do it! It's just mathematics! You can do it, son! It's been 5 hours. Just write the goddamn equation. Yeah?
I've tried.
Try harder.
You said you'd tell me.
Listen, right? 1A
Mm-hmm.
plus 1B
Mm-hmm.
equals to 1C.
No. Yes.
Are you sure you know?
No.
Shift left.
So what's the catch of the day?
Herring.
Oh no, I don't like herring much.
Place?
Oh no, I'm not quite sure how to make that.
Cockles?
Oh, don't you have something that I would get at the fish and chip shop?
Batter?
So I'm so happy that your wedding day has finally arrived. It did take really quite a long time to get there, but we won't dwell on that.
I'm 16 and a half. It's not that long. I mean, I went right out after you said that to me, and I just started asking them, right? Will you marry me? As you do.
Yeah. And we found you a suitor. So are you excited?
No, I'm terrified, Mum.
Oh, why?
Well, I'm still quite young, and I feel I've still got my whole life ahead of me. And he wants to whisk me away straight after I'm married, and I don't feel ready. I'm not even finished with school yet.
Oh, that's okay. You don't have to get married. It's not that important to me.
Shift left.
So I know it's been a while. We haven't really spoken, have we? Because that incident with the Tamagotchi was a bit awkward.
Yeah, I mean, I tried to text you, but you just blocked me.
Yeah, it's called ghosting. Yeah.
You know what?
What?
You are no longer invited to my Mario Kart party.
Did that?
Dad, you look so old.
It's been 10 years. Tell me, have you figured out the answer?
5. You back again.
The batter you sold me was no good. There was no fish in it.
The fish.
Well, no, just not the types of fish you were selling.
Oh, I've got a nice piece of brisket.
Full circle back to brisket. Amazing, right? Our last game is a game called Lines. Some of you wrote down some lines on pieces of paper. Here's some. The actors don't know, so if you could just take 2, and Casey takes 1.
Thank you.
Sorted. Okay, so we need I don't know, we need some sort of festivity, something that's celebratory.
Christmas.
Okay, Christmas. It's Christmas and you two are working in Santa's grotto. All right, your colleagues working at Santa's grotto, and at some point they're going to use those lines and justify them in the scene. Okay, action.
David pull pranks on his classmate Bad Boy.
I really hate this job. Unfortunately, there's not really a lot else that an elf can do, is there?
Yeah, I mean, we're underpaid, aren't we? Like, I try to fight for us. Like, Santa won't help us at all to increase our raise or salary. You know what? One day I went into his room. I tried to Santa, we've been underpaid for 20 years. Could you like that? Well, you know what he said to me?
What did he say?
He said, that don't impress me that much. Of course, I'm not gonna impress you, right? You ain't gonna increase my salary, and we're underpaid. We're angry elves.
Well, that sounds just like bloody Santa, doesn't it?
Yes.
It's a good job that we're setting up a union, and the new union rep is going to be coming soon. So hopefully that will lift our spirits. And the thing that really, really lifts my spirits is the saying, "Who is Francine?" Do you know what? It's something I think about all the time when I'm here painting all these little wooden toys that no one's going to appreciate. It's just, who is Francine?
Oh, Francine is my girlfriend. I wonder why you think about my girlfriend. But you know what? I noticed something different. One day, when me and Francine walking in the village, she suddenly said to me, Coronation Street is on tonight. I hate Coronation. And you like it.
I do like Coronation Street, yeah. and I did lie about not knowing who Francine was. I'm really sorry. That's not a very good thing for elf friends to do. To make it up to you, I've just been thinking that sometimes the best thing to do is to just have a common saying between friends.
Okay.
And that saying is don't stop me now.
Yeah? Don't stop you now. So I'm just gonna let you steal my girl like that?
Yeah.
Now, my elves, come on. We need to keep united. The elves united will never be defeated. What's my my age again. I feel I've been saying that for centuries. We can do this. Down with Santa.
Down with Okay, I think come and join us on stage, you guys. Can we, in a second, we're just going to give these guys a huge round of applause. Just to say that after we're going to have a very short break. There's no liquid here. But if you want to take a fresh, a bit of fresh air and what have you, we have a short set coming after this break. Me and Jen Hardy is here to guest it. So me and Jen Hardy are going to do a little short set for you based on something that you suggest for us. And so before we have a little break and before the second set, can we give it up, please, for Cody, Julie, Zav, Katie, Naomi, Eileen, and Vince, who performed the Well done. Okay, we just want to take a couple of minutes for 5 minutes or so for breath, for air,